And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And one fish, two fish. All right. And a red Twitch is sounding good. And one fish, two fish. I got YouTube up and running. One, I was running a little late. Two, when I went to launch YouTube, it was being a butt, but I think it's good now. Let's just listen in to. It was being a butt, but I think it's good now. All right, YouTube is good. All right, we're going to work on a sweatsuit tonight. The hoodie I've been working on is basically done. It's sitting ready to be submitted to Daz. I'm partnering with Valkyrie on that. She's going to make a texture set for it. By the way, we're going to go shopping at Daz. Because I'm cruel that way. Cruel. Jay, it's the holiday sale at Daz. Because Valkyrie has a item. Dun 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 dun. Today's specials. Christmas countdowns. Better than Daz Plus. You know, that's the same thing that was I thought was there yesterday. Ooh, holidays. Holly Daz deals. Look at that. Here's what Valkyrie has. In style for the sunrise robe. So these are textures that she has done for my sunrise robe. So it is actually, I actually have made a fair number of sales on the sunrise robe today due to this. So, hey, happy Thursday, Mr. Rod Shelley. Or should I say Rod Shelley? Anywho, we're going to stop looking at that. We're going to go work in Daz for a little bit. I thought I had this stuff rigged, and then I realized that the mesh was wrong. So I have to redo these. How are we doing right now? Let's go and let's switch over to texture shaded view. This is a sweatpants, sweatshirt, and Crocs. I'm going to call them, I was going to call them Crunks, but I think I'm going to change that to Clogs. So let's rename that. Clogs. We'll do that. Anyhow. Oh, and Charles may be listening, but he can't sit in a chair. I guess he's having back issues, which is kind of a bummer. I hope he's better soon. Keep expecting Johnny. Hey, yo, it's Rod Shelley. All right, what was I doing? You know what? I was re-rigging all of this stuff, so let's do that. Let's re-rig the sweatshirt. And then I'm going to re-rig it for Genesis 9. Then we're going to get it over and texture it up in Substance Painter. That's the exciting things on tap for today. Excuse me. Excuse me while I whip this out. I'm sorry. No whipping out. No whipping out. Not on stream. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do this. I'm not sure I like that shape, though. I'm going to pop back over and do Marvy Designer and see if we can improve the looks of these sweats a little bit. All right, that did. So we're going to update that. While we're waiting for Marvelous Designer to get over here, we're going to clean these up. Oh, I already cleaned the sweatpants, so we're going to clean up the names of this stuff on the sweatshirt. There's Marvelous Designer opening up in the background. We'll pop over there in a minute and try to. I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know. It just looks weird. So I'm going to see if I can get a little more drape in that. And now I can't see chat because Marvelous Designer's in the way. All right, that is good. That is good. Let's come over here and do that. No, I don't care. All right, let's make you small. Let's bring you around over to here. Kind of tripping over. That's the day you have to have pointy things poked in your nose. On Saturday? Oh, dude. Oh, did DZ? Hey, DZ, how are you doing? Good to see you. Oh no, I updated Marvel's Designer and I'm being punished. Here we go, the Wizard of 3D, D-Zang in the house. Um, my library is missing. It was there before I decided to say, yeah, sure, let's update. And then Marvel's Designer said, ha ha, psych. I just have to figure out how to get this back on. Is there a way can I just drag and drop you back in? That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Can we just drop you over here? No? No? Can I just take my library? Nope. Does that dock it? Oh, there, that docked it. There we go. That's better. All right, let's file and open and project. And let's look at this one here. All right, let's just turn on our... Okay, we are simulating. I'm just not getting... It has this little square corner on it that I'm not liking. That's what my problem is. And I'm not getting a good pull down on that. What I think maybe we'll... Do I have gravity turned on? I think I do. I can see it in the sleeves. Let's go take a look at simulation properties. Maybe we just... What is my material? That's the next thing. Do I have something like leather sweat? Leather... Let's, custom. Is it woven? Do I have a jersey in here somewhere? Or is that knit? I think jerseys are knits. Knit jersey? I don't know. If I make that a knit jersey, that's a little better. But that's that. You know, now it's too much. Um. So let's see if we have like a knit fleece or something. Knit fleece. Let's try that. Let's go back. There we go. Let's try this. All right. Where's my preset? Animal alternative vegan leather. Why do I have a vegan leather set here? Physical properties. Can I just where's the thing that lets me do the selection? Material PBR. You're suddenly different. Okay, there's my color. I'm looking for the down here physical properties fabric. I think do we just do right there? That's what I was looking for. I was getting cut off because this name is too freaking long. We're gonna use fleece if I can find it. Fleece, there we go. We'll try fleece. That's a bit better. I think I'm gonna go with that. All right, we're gonna re-export these out, re-rig them up. So file, export OBJ selected. We're gonna do that. File, export, OBJ selected. Let's overwrite that one there. Sweatshirt looking good. Say okay. Select this. Hopefully I selected everything. I actually put a box around. Export OBJ selected. Sweatpants. Gonna do that. Say yeah, yes. All right, I think we're good. We could pop over into here. So do I have both of these rigged already? Hey, Willie, how are you doing tonight? All right, let's update the geometry for the pants. Sweatpants, we'll do that. Accept that. Say accept that. Okay, that looks okay. We'll do the same thing with the sweatshirt. Do that. This over to here. And accept again. And that really didn't change the sweatshirt that much, so we're cool. We're cool. I might smooth this out. I'm not crazy about that. Also, I might smooth the butt out a bit too. It actually had nicer wrinkles before. Let's let's come back over here. You know what? I'm gonna freeze the. I'm still gonna play around. I'm playing around with getting a little more body in this, but I was just getting a weird point right there. So let's try this again. We'll try something maybe a little stiffer. I'm looking for a little bit more bunchiness in the legs. And I'm not quite getting it. Well, that's maybe I'm gonna adjust this. Well, I do have the static friction all the way up on that. You know what? Maybe we'll just lower the gravity a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. We're basically at 1/10 G. Okay, and then I'm going to just take that down. So now I've got these weird points again because it's a little too floaty now. So maybe we'll try. I'm trying to find that nice trade-off from having too much body and still holding some nice shape down around the cuffs. I'm also doing a sweater set and finishing. I don't know about that. It's just the sweatshirt. Yours will be fine, I'm sure. But thank you for saying that, man. I appreciate it. I did just submit. Well, I haven't submitted a hoodie yet. I don't know if you're here when I said it. Valkyrie reached out to me and asked if I wanted her to do add-ons, and I said sure. So I'm waiting for her to upload her add-on, and then I'm going to upload the hoodie. That's what I want. We're going to go with this. She does good stuff. Not quite my cup of tea, but I don't know. I'm seeing that people are buying it, so and it's always nice to have another option. And her style generally is really different from mine, so it makes a nice. It sort of complements. She really likes to use patterned fabrics and things a lot more than I do. Now, of course, mine depends on what the outfit is. I think I'm good. I think we're going to export this again, and we're just going to update file export obj selected. I'm going to overwrite the sweatpants here. I should collaborate. We both model though. That's the problem. Is this looking okay? I think I'm going to touch it up a little bit in ZBrush and smooth out the crotch a little bit. Or do I want to just yeah, I think I'm going to do it that way. I think we'll do that. All right, so this is probably good. We're going to hit save on that. I'm going to update this to the Genesis 8. So let's unfreeze. Let's come over into our library. Let's take this Genesis 8 shape right here. You were working on a handbook outfit and just released one. You took too long. Oh no! I'm not even sure what a handbook is. Is that a Japanese? No, that's Korean. J1 would be Korean, right? Does yours look just like theirs? I've been doing simple things, and pajamas was on my list of things to do, and I saw, of course, now it's Baby a Month. Um, Fugazi released a pair of pajamas. I'm still probably going to do pajamas in the near future, but I've been dialing in my technique on getting clothes to open up. I'm done. I'm done. My brain stopped. I think I'm good. It's quite standard for a handbook. Okay. I gotta look this up though to see what it is. Handbook, Korean. Oh, is this it? Am I looking at the right thing? It literally means Korean clothing. The Demon Hunter. You know what? Probably. Maybe I should do a Demon Hunter. I kind of I did an outfit that was loosely inspired. Oh, it's a warrior. Oh, this kind of stuff. Oh, okay. I don't know if you're almost done with it though. It is kind of unique, so I don't know. It makes it hard to go to Daz with it, right? Oh, and they probably contracted out. I'm updating. I'm updating my sweatpants. Right. We knew that. Sweatpants. There we go. Accept that. Accept that. It did not match because I got the sweatshirt selected. Doy. That would be a problem. Let's try this again. All right, you know what? We're going to touch that up because it's just a little weird in here. I'm going to see if I could just maybe just smooth the crotch out a little bit with ZBrush. We're going to just cheat that. I'm going to select, you know what? I'm just going to select sweatpants and we'll just activate ZBrush. I'm just going to use it to update the base geometry. Then I'm going to pop over and then we'll get the, I think my materials are still good. I'm pretty sure this will deforce okay, so I'm probably okay with that. I probably should have selected Genesis 9 when I did this. That's better. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, GoZ is so freaking finicky, I swear. I'm going to try to smooth this and see how this goes. I'm in edit mode. I want to frame. My ZBrush is covering up chat, and now it's over on screen too. Let's see if we can get you to move over here. Let's make you smaller. Let's adjust the smooth intensity. And then I'm just going to come and maybe we'll just bring that out. You know what? I'm going to put the mirror on. Oh my gosh, I am having so much trouble navigating today. Let's increase that intensity a little bit. And right back here, boy, you got... All right, you know what? I think I'm going to live with that. I am... Oh, that's got janky. What the farfignugan? All right, I got to pop back into Marvy and fix that. Let's hide this. Actually, let's freeze that. And now I'm going to hide it. Is it Shift Q? You know, what's going on with you, bucko? I think I have to deactivate the sweatshirt. We'll do that. Oh, it's frozen, so I can't. Now I can deactivate pattern and sewing. And now we can do this. Why are you being so... I think I've got too much stuff running at the same time. It's acting as if there's something else in here. I And once again, Control F has done nothing. Way to go, marvelous designer. I do that. I think my elastic might be a little high. I've got some weirdness going on in here. All right, it sorted itself out. What are you doing? You know what? Having ZBrush open probably isn't helping things. You know what? I think I'm going to rework these. I'm just going to make them a little deeper. So I'm going to reglue, reattach those. Nope. You know what happened? I got the wrong thing selected. I thought I had that selected, but apparently I clicked too close to that one over there, so it decided to act funny. All right, that's good. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Then we're going to come back and once again, I clicked on one thing and selected the thing next to it. All right, let's merge you guys. All these years you've been dorking around with Poser in 3D and not done much looking into the nuts and bolts of the stuff. I'm starting to do some reverse engineering. Uh-oh. Rod's going to get dangerous. You know what? I think I'm going to do something like this. Why are you saying 64? You're totally not 64. Oh, you didn't. Arg. All right, let's try to fix the other side. So if I had an issue in that corner, that one looks okay, that one looks okay. So we're going to pull you, just make you deeper like that. And I'm hoping to get rid of some of this weird bunchiness by giving it more style like that. All right, we'll try this. It's probably okay. You're just acting, are you just too tight? Is that what it is? Do I have too much elastic over in here? Maybe we'll back that off a little bit. I think that helped. Oh no, I've lost it. There's got to be a way to recenter it. If I control A and then F, does that? There we go, that's better. Watching me. Is that it? That? Nope. I want to select that, that, and that. There we go. 35 days later. 65. I don't know. Let's try 80. Let's try that. I don't know. Let's tweak those a little bit further, maybe. Maybe I did need 65. And is this not some? Am I not getting symmetry on those? I am getting. So if I select these, it should say 65, right? It does. And I think what it is Marvel's designer doesn't like me talking shit about it. I think that's fine. I think this is going to be good. All right, we're going to resettle. All right, so how do my cuffs look? I think those are going to be fine. We're going to hit save. Oh, I got to retrim out. I got to redo my trim. Offset is an internal line. These are going to be 2.5s. I'm going to say okay to that. I'm going to cut and sew. I have no idea where. Didn't I not just cut and sew something? It's right there. There we go. That's going to be trim. And then I'm going to do. So you should be trim too. Except I can't select the one I want. I'm having one of those days where this feels like I'm swimming through mud. Except not that efficient. Offset is an internal line. Okay. Cut and sew. Put that there. Put that there. That's looking weirdly jink. What the hell? That cut and sew didn't go right. Let's try this again. Okay, so the plan was just to grab that edge and offset it and cut and sew. I think I accidentally selected everything. Is better. At least I hope so. That got a little janky. Okay, are you lining up down here okay? You are lining up down there okay. You're just a little off up here. All right, let's see how this. Oh, oogly googly. Now my cuffs are all janked up. I should have froze those. All right, my crotch looks 100 times better now, though. So it's kind of worth it. All right, now we're going to freeze the bottoms, bring in the top, let it resettle, and then update the geometry on everything. So let's do that. Control. What? My crotch looks better now? All right, is good. Let's bring you back in. I wonder if I can get this to pull down further, though. That would be nice. Let's reactivate you. Let's try this. I think what I need to do is, I don't know, maybe I just need to lighten up on the elastic in the waist. Or increase, I don't know, let's see what did I set that up with. Ooh. It's only 80. I don't know, what if we say 90? What does that let me get away with? All right, do I have friction settings for this cloth? Let's maybe I can crank the friction up on that. Get it to maybe be more sticky, and then we might also crank the friction up on this. So where there's friction. And now when we try it, I still can't. I might live with it like that. I don't know. Let's play with the friction a little bit. I don't know if I. What if I just turn the elastic off? I may not have gotten all of them. Let's try this again. That one and that one and that one and that one. I'm looking for my elastic. My elastic is off. Okay, what about the front? Maybe that's what my problem is. That is off. Those are on. Let's turn those off and see how that goes. You know, it's the folds that are causing that. It's riding it way too high up on the waist. That's what's really bothering me. So maybe I just need to make these things a little wider. Maybe from maybe pull that out and I'll have to adjust that. Actually, I'm going to undo that. Let's try it this way. Can I just grab all of this? Do the transform. I don't want to transform. I do this. You know, Spider just still doesn't want to slide down. My This pleating looks really nice when I get it into Daz. It's just that it really just doesn't want to. Drives me crazy how friction doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to. I don't know. Maybe if we up the friction on this material over here, the sweatpants. And then I think I upped the material, the friction on that, right? Yeah. And it still keeps sliding. That's what drives me crazy about this. I think I'm getting closer to something I can live with. You know, the streaming while running Marvelous Designer really doesn't help things. Do I? You know, I'm going to put gravity back on full again. Minus 9800. I don't know. What if we can we switch the accurate one? This used to be really god awful slow. What are you actually made out of? Wondering if I have another issue where I'm just using the wrong fabric. It's this vegan leather. Um, it's probably all of this stuff. So let's maybe if we can fix that, maybe that'll help things. We'll fix you back to we'll fleece you. Knit fleece. Knit fleece. There we go. That's better. Let's do the same thing. Knit fleece. I saw it. There it is. Sweatshirt cuffs. It's probably okay as it is. Trim. Let's switch you to the fleece. There it is. Let's do the waist. And actually, let's strengthen everything. I selected the wrong thing. All right, that's getting a little better. Well, that just looks sloppy now. All right, all right. Let's just select everything and unfreeze it. And unstrengthen it. I think it. Did I just hide everything? Oh, I fat fingered something. Activate. Yeah, that back just doesn't want to come down, does it? It hates me. I was clicking on the waistband and I ended up getting the shirt. There we go. And now you've buried yourself into the pants. How cool is that? All right, I'm going to let this settle out. Okay, definitely don't want you folding over that way. And now you're crooked. Which is not really cool. Really uncool of you. Now I've lost it. I think I can do this. Is that what I want? I think so. I'm not crazy about down here, but I think I'm going to live with that. This is closer to what I think I wanted. All right, let's do this. Let's hit save on that. Let's turn off the simulation. Let's save this stuff out. I don't know. Did I change the shape of the pants? I think I have to redo those, right? Or did I already do that? I don't know. Let's find out. File, export, OBJ selected. Sweatpants over that. Replace it, sure. Oh no, my UVs are all fucked up. Let's go to the UV editor. You know what? I have to re-rig these from the scratch. Oh bother. Oh bother. Reset to 2D arrangement. Fit 01. Should be good now. Back over here. But I think I've got shapes that I'm more happy with. File, export, OBJ selected, pants, replace. Where? Where's a robin? All right, that took long enough to come up. Let's try this. File, export, OBJ selected, sweatshirt, replace. Yes. Okay. Hit save. Hop back over to here. All right, we're going to lose these because I've made changes that now the geometries just aren't going to work anymore. All right, re-import sweatpants. Yes. Oh no. I didn't select all the waistband. Despite the fact drawing a box all the way around it, I still missed part of it. Sterling Holloway rocked that Winnie the Pooh. Oh, bother. Nope, sweatpants. There we go. Yes. Okie dokie. All right. Import sweatpants. Except that's better. Nope, that's more flitter. There we go. I'm going to use that. Select an item, Genesis 8. Select an item, sweatpants. Template is going to be bodysuit loose. Say okay to that. Oh, I want to try something with Blender real quick. Anyhow, that's done. Blender's loading over on screen 2. Let's get the sweatshirt in here. Let's accept that. Oh, there's Blender. I want to try adding some wrinkles in here. I'm just going to try to do that with sculpting in Blender. We'll see how that works. Projects. CC Basics, CC Basics 08. Whip, and I'm going to do just the sweatpants. Let's see if we can just do this. I'm going to bring in a Genesis. How janky are you? You got a little weirdly janky down there, didn't you? Am I going to leave it like that? I don't know. This is the part that drives me nuts. Trying to get this stuff. Okay, so you know what? I'm happy-ish with that. He said making a selection and not getting anything. And I'm happy with basically these. So I'm freezing those down. I'm going to freeze the, we'll freeze the shirt while we're at it. I'm going to do that thing where I'm going to play with gravity again. I don't know. Let's give this a try. That, this? I think it is. Okay. Let's try sculpt mode. You have so many brushes, I can never find them all. So I'm going to say cloth. And we'll probably play with some of these. What do you do? Bend and twist cloth. Drag cloth. Maybe we drag cloth a little bit. That was too much. Too much power for one man to control. There we go. Oops, that's too. And then when we deforce it, it all just falls out. Also, let's get a Genesis 9 in here so we can make sure that we're not falling inside somewhere. Nope, you say G8F. I want G9. There we go. Dang it. All right, where am I? I'm in object mode. Let's go to sculpt mode. Maybe make you even larger. All right, we'll try you to be a little smaller. What do you do? Expand, contract cloth? Ew. Oh, I know what's going on. Wait, these pants don't look like. Are these. Did I not fix the crotch? I thought I had, and now it looks like it's janky again. It is deeper. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to smooth that out with ZBrush, I think. You know what accidentally happened is I got the whatchamacallit selected instead of the pants. That was my problem. I should do the pants and then we'll go into the sculpt mode. No wonder it's not. That's better. Although it would be nice if it did something. Oh, I'm back in smooth. I don't want to be back in smooth. See, I like that. We're just adding these subtle little creases to it. I didn't like the way that worked. What else we got? That's kind of cool, except a little over the top. And now I'm back into smooth. What the hell? Can I change the scale? And what's cloth dampening do for me? Anything? I like those, except I want the scaling larger. And is there a way to tweak that? I have a feeling it has to do with the density of the fabric or whatever. Grab planer cloth. What do you do? Anything? Oops. I kind of like that. That was actually kind of very interesting. I'm totally going to come up with something's going to come out of this. I'm going to back that up. It's an interesting effect. And now I've got the dude selected. Let's not do that. Okay, what do you do? Grab random cloth? I don't know. That I actually really like. Except you don't seem to be doing anything anymore. I have a smooth cloth, inflate cloth, grab cloth, drag cloth, bend twist, bend boundary cloth. I don't see you doing anything. That's kind of cool, but not for what we're doing. So that's kind of a pinch. That's kind of actually, that's kind of, I'm going to smooth this out. Let's do that. Actually, can I just shift? Is that? Yeah, that's just a shift. Okay. I actually like smoothing in Blender than in ZBrush. Let's close you down. Where's the standard brush? Because I want to pull that back out again. I think I'm going to touch up a few more little wrinkly dudes. Is there a way? Can I just drag you? There we go. Paint, expand. No, we don't like that. I like the grab. I think I've gone over the top. You know what? I think I'm going to go with that. We'll try that. All right, let's export that out, and we'll go with it. We'll update our whatchamadinger. Object mode, F6, whip, sweat, pants, G9 right there. Pop back over to here, and we'll update that. Helps if I actually select something. Sweatpants G9. I don't know if I selected the right thing. I did not. Let's try this again. Da, 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 da. There we go. No, what do you mean it doesn't? Are you exporting out something that can't be used? Is that what's going on? Let's try this again just to make sure I'm exporting. Oh, you know what it is? I forgot to do that thing. Selection only. That was our problem. Let's try this. I'm still not. I wonder if it changed the geometry when I sculpt on it. It might be doing something like that. Let's, well, we can kind of test that. We can export you again, and we can, it's time for you to hit the hey. Hey, thanks for being here, Willie. Appreciate it, man. Have sweet dreams, Willie. OBJX, do that. Oh, look at that. That says 5 something something something. Why does that say 5 something something something? I'm gonna cancel that. Let's come over here. Take a look. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. F6. I'm exporting over the wrong pants. There's my problem. Let's try it this way. All right, back over to here. Update that. Do that. Do this. Select that. Accept and accept. And finally, there we go. All right. Let's clean up the names here. So it didn't change the geometry. Chris just saved in the wrong spot and loaded in the wrong thing. All right, sweatpants done. Let's redo the sweatshirt. I think I can just update that, right? I'm not going to sculpt on that because it's got enough nice little wrinkles in it already. Hopefully I can just update with this. This should be the last one we exported out of Marvelous Designer. Looks about the same. So I think we're good with that. We're just going to make sure our serial names are good here. All right, excellent. Let's come over here. Let's put our generic shader on there. Let's convert both to that. Let's do a test run with the simulation. It's slowly moving. I think it's going to be okay. I think I'm pushing the memory of the system right now with Marvelous Designer and Daz and streaming all at the same time, which for me isn't unusual. Oh no, where'd the little thing go that I can shut it down with? There's my progress. You know what? I'm going to cancel my progress. Probably good enough. It's not exploding or anything. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll tweak the settings later. Is Marvel's Designer actually simming in the background? Nope. All right, let's fit this to Genesis 8 now. Actually, let's get this resaved. Clear that. I'm going to delete out the old one and just overwrite it. So we're going to go do that. Over here, let's run into the data folder, into here, into here. Okay, these are probably good. I'm going to just redo these. So we're going to just clear that out. Going to come over here. That name is good. That name is good. I'm just going to do a quick check of the scene identifier. That looks like it's going to be okay. So I'm going to save the sweatshirt. Here, people, Genesis 9, clothing, sweats. So I'm going to overwrite that. And I think I had the sweatshirt. Yep, we had the sweatshirt. It's going to say yes. You are 0. Why are you not? Oh, damn it. I didn't convert you yet. Doy. Oh, I think it's done. Add the D-force. Oops. Add the D-force. I think that's good. I'm in the scene, so we'll do the convert to sub D. Add smoothing modifier. Add the smoothing modifier. Convert to sub D. I'm going to come over here, here. General mesh smoothing. I'm going to set that to generic. Memorize that. Set this one to be also generic and memorize that. All right, now we're ready to save. Sweatshirt. Sweatshirt. Doom. Yes. This is looking better. CC08 sweats. Excellent sweatshirt. Cool. We set that to say shirt and accept. Okay, sweatpants. Sweatpants. Me product. You're gonna say pant. All right, let's convert to Genesis 8. You know what? I'm not that optimistic. I'm gonna hide you. Get our Genesis 8 in here. And while that's going on, we're going to convert you to Genesis 8 as well. So where's my library? Library is right there. Add to workspace. You are a morph target. We're going to say okay, and we're going to let it do its thing. All right, all good. Select all of that. File, export, OBJ selected, and totally in the wrong spot because that's the way we roll around here. Sweatpants. Yes. Okay. File, expert OBJ selected, sweatshirt, G8 female. Yes, please. Okay, we're going to sneak this over into Blender. We'll do the same thing we did over here. Doop, doop. Let's get a Genesis 8 in the scene. Let's go get those Genesis 8 sweatpants. And we're going to sculpt on them like we did with the others. I don't see nothing happening. Oh, I know what it is. It's the scaling's off, right? I still should have seen something happen. Is it Control Shift Z? There we go. Okay, so I gotta scale that by 1.03093. There we go. Is good. I can't see anything like this. Chris needs a matte cap. Not that one. Although that one's kind of cool. We'll try that. Let's go to sculpt mode now and see if this works. No, because I don't have anything selected, do I? I don't like that matte cap. We'll go with the classic ZBrush look. What was that? Was that grab planer? Is that the one that was kind of cool? Maybe we'll go with that. Yeah, just a little bit. Up in here. Hey, Dominic, welcome. We're making sweatpants. That front crotch looks good. I'm going to smooth that back out a little bit, and then we'll save this out. We'll use that. Which one did you use my smooth? There it is. Where's my tool settings? You know what? That's probably fine. That'll probably look okay. All right, let's export that back out. Dun, 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 dun. I'm in the wrong. I can't find what I'm looking for. There's what I'm looking for. And then I can go back to object mode, and then we can export you. And you know what? I'm going to be bold and overwrite that. And that says sweatshirt, so I'm not going to overwrite that. I'm going to overwrite that one because that says sweatpants. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's fit this to that. Papa Giorgio from Yuma? I don't know. Are you doing an inside? Is that an inside joke? I don't know, Art. Full body, except that. All right, impatiently waiting. Yeah, I don't know who that is either. Vegas vacation. He says, Nick Papa Giorgio, who is Chevy Chase's son. Oh, okay. That went horribly wrong, didn't it? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Trust me. We got our magic. We're gonna rename you a female. I'm gonna touch up the scene identifier to have that say a female as well. We're going to update this geometry with what we just saved. That one right there. This should work. Yay! That looks much better. I'm going to rerun the transfer tool on this new shape. Genesis A female. Sweatpants. Full body and accept that. Okay, while that's happening, let's take a look. I think you're good. Let's pop back over here. You, I probably don't need anymore. We'll put you away. Actually, I do want to save this before I lose it, though. File, save as, project. That one right there. He gets a fake ID on the strip and has the magic touch in Vegas. Ah. The magic touch. Is that like magic fingers? A quarter gets you 5 minutes? Or not really? All right, we're going to. Why did that not work? Wait a minute. What are you doing to me, Daz? Let's try this again. That's better. Last time this was missing. There's my Genesis 9. Here's our full body. We're going to say we're getting there. Oh no, where's that cuff? Am I missing a cuff? Can I just not see it? I don't have a cuff on the other hand. Oh no. I have to redo the shirt all over again. Because Marvelous Designer hates me. I have a cuff here. Marvelous Designer has shit selection tools. I'm not going to lie. I can't tell you how many times I've marquee selected things and not actually selected them. And it's not my fault. I'm totally not to blame for that. It's totally Marvelous Designer's fault. Because let's face it, if you draw a box around something, you should select it. It should say, now, bro, you need to actually marquee select farther than what you did. There we go. Let's try this. I have a sneaking suspicion. Let's hide you for a second. Let's bring you back up. See, there's my problem. It was missing to begin with. So I gotta redo you. Oh dear me. Export OBJ selected. Let's try this again. Sweatshirt G9. Yes. Okay. Now we'll come back over to here and redo this. Import. Accept. All right, that's better. All right, transfer tool. Select Genesis 9. Select Sweatshirt, bodysuit loose, accept that. The alternate would have guessed he was Dominic Bag of Donuts from Sicily. All right. Oh no, where's the frickin' sweatshirts over here? Okay, we're good. We're good. Um all right, we have to clean up the garbage off the file names, off the surface names again. I would save so much time if Marvel's Designer would stop adding this garbage. All right, is good. Come over here. Let's apply our generic shader. Oops, let's select those and then apply the generic shader. All right, let's add D-Force. Let's come back over here. Let's get the good old convert to sub D on and add the smoothing modifier. Once again, we're going to come over here, turn here to generic and save that. Okay, we're good. Now we're just going to resave you back over that and say yes. And CC08 sweats. And you are a shirt. And we accept you. Yes, it's past my old man bedtime. Oh, I'm sorry. Take care, Art. It's good to see you, man. We're only going to be on for maybe 13 more minutes or so. All right, we're back to where we just were before I realized there was a disaster. So we have overcome the disaster. From Australia, so that's why you're a bit slow on the jokes. Oh, Australia! I can use my bad Australian accent. Finally honed from watching Crocodile Dundee movies. Good day, mate. There you go. There's my Australian. We had an Australian friend who would come in and I would torture him with that every time he came in. Oh no, I did that wrong. We're going to have to redo that because I'm too busy talking Australian. That's right. Good day. Oh man. Yep, I did you wrong. So we're going to delete that. We're going to try this again. Activate. Okay, you're converting from Genesis 9. You are a full body. We're going to hit accept on that. The young Knicks are Papa Giorgio from Umut using the fake ID to look older, whilst the elder Knicks are obviously bag of donut shaped. Now I can hear my cat. All right, now we're going to update this with the geometry we saved. Update geometry. We're going to use this sweatshirt here. This sweatshirt's a little small, so we're going to have to scale it up. So I got to add my 10309.3 and accept that. And there we go. All right, we're going to make some changes here. We're going to rename you 8 female, like so. We're going to pop over into the scene identifier and change that to say 8 female as well. I don't know if you have to do this. I haven't done this until recently, so. All right, that is good to go. The rest of this should be fine. So I think we can save the Genesis 8 versions of these now. So let's click on that. Come over to here, 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 here. I think I had the sweatshirt selected, so we'll overwrite that and say yes. You want a karaoke contest? Oh, congratulations. Product name is good. You are a shirt. Okay, then we save that. That goes sweatpants. Yes. Product is that. You are wardrobe pant and accept that. All right, take care, Art. We will catch you later. All right. Finally, I've got these in better shape now for Daz. I'm happier with the way these look than how they looked before. Not gonna lie. So it's wasting 2 hours. It's not really a waste. I've got a better looking product. Okay. What we are gonna do is we're gonna put colors on these, export them out, and get them over into Substance Painter and call it a night. So let's do that. Boop. I'm gonna select that and that. I'm gonna pop over here. I'm gonna come in there and there. I'm going to use my generic shaders to quickly give these colors. We're going to take a little detour in the blender to separate them out a little bit. Then we'll get them over into Substance Painter where I can start texturing them. But we're gonna raid out of here in about 10 minutes. So if you're on, I'm also streaming on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, feel free to join the raid. If you're on YouTube, it would be awesome if you like and subscribe. I have the feeling I'm supposed to say that. Every YouTuber I see says that. Right after they plug their news feed. Okay, I think we're good. Let's export these. Actually, I have these. We'll set this back to base resolution. I'm going to turn the smoothing off. I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. Set that to base resolution. Turn my smoothing off. Export those. I have a substance folder that says hoodie. I'm exporting into the wrong place. Over here, whip. Here, we're going to make a new folder for Substance Painter here. This is going to be CCOA sweats. And I'm going to say ID on that, IDs. I think that all looks good. All right, back into... Okay, so I don't actually need this stuff, but we're just going to leave it there for a minute. F5 is an import substance. I'm going to switch you back to here. And we're in object mode. What I want to do is I want to separate those out so I don't have this occlude against what's underneath it. So we'll do this, Control L, GX, move that out over there, is good. All right, that's an import. That's an export. So I'm going to overwrite that. Make sure I got my presets set. Save that. I have to do this again with no materials, because that's just the way Substance plays. If I save it with materials, Substance will punish me. All right, we're good. We're going to open up Substance Painter. I'm done with you. Hey, I've got 5 minutes. That's just enough time to get this started in Substance Painter, he said overly optimistically. Because Substance Painter will probably punish me for something. There we go. File new. Select. So we're going to select the one with no materials. I went the wrong way. There we go. That one right there is the one that we will load. I'm going to remember to save right off the bat. File save as. And you are CC08 Sweats. All right, let's bake our mesh maps. So we'll pop over to mode, bacon. Turn off thickness and turn off ID, and now hit bake selected. Alrighty, looking good. Now I'm going to bake the ID map. It requires separate settings, so that's the reason why it gets done by itself. And we're going to use the one with the IDs for the colors. We will bake it 4K for that, and we're going to make these cages really tight. And then we're going to bake that. There we go. ID map is baked. File. Let's go back to painting. I'm going to save that ID map we just baked. I can. I swear to God, I can. Navigating in Substance is different from navigating in ZBrush. It's different from navigating in Daz, which is a little bit different than Blender because I kind of made Daz work a little bit like Blender. File, export texture. I want to just save the ID map for right now. I have a preset for that, so we're going to use that. So there's that ID map. I'll use that later on for making displacement maps. And we are almost ready. You know what? I'm going to throw a texture on here and call it a day. I think we're going to use a type of, what did I use a knit last time? What I should do is open up what I did for the, something like that might be a good start. Scaling's really wacky, so we'll scale that up a lot. See, that looks kind of like Sweats. I do want the height map on that. And then we can just change the colors here. I like that. So that's going to be the basic for that. Also, I'm going to add a highlighter and a shadow to this. Which I can't find because you're over here. There we go. That's probably a little over the top. And also, at some point, we will add dirt to this. It'll look something like that. So I'm going to save that. And with that, thank you. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to call it a night here. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Dominic, it's good to see you. I hope you are enjoying your lunch. Um, and then if you're over on Twitch, we are going to go look for somebody to raid tonight. Let's see who's on Twitch with us tonight. It is Thursday. Maybe my friend Dr. DK. Hey, DZ, good to see you. Hey, everybody, shop DZ's store. He sells at Daz and Renderosity. Mighty fine products. By the way, I also sell at Daz. I didn't have a new product today, but I had it. Valkyrie had an add-on for one of my products to come out today. So you can check those out over at Daz. Hey, feel free to join my Discord. Ah, hell. Feel free to join the Discord. There's a couple of things. If you put stuff in the gallery in the Discord, we share it on Saturday on a Saturday night social, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's an art share. It's a Discord chat. It's an old cartoon. Feel free to join. Also in the Discord, I try to announce whether or not I'm streaming on my scheduled streaming times. Usually pretty good, about 5 times a week. So there is that. We will be back Saturday, 1 p.m. Probably still working on this outfit. Oh, also, we are working on the holiday vignette uh, in Blender and then bringing it in the Daz. So we'll probably work on that on Saturday as well. See if we can get that kind of finished up. Anyhow, appreciate you all being here. I think we had Rod Shelley in the house somewhere. Our good friend Rod Shelley. Can you maybe show a belt mesh to add to any pants? I don't like belts, but I can show that. Um, I don't have a generic one. The belt I'm currently just starting to add belts to clothes, and I'm like sewing them on, and they're kind of janky. But I'll give you a quick show of one I just did. Um, I'm trying to think. I did a '70s outfit that was submitted to Daz last week. We'll take a look at that real quick here. But mine is I fake thickness with displacement maps. So you may not want to do it this way. Then and I do that because my clothes is really dynamic. So anyhow, let's do that and let's go find the '70s outfit that has a belt. What folder are you in? Everything goes into a test. That's the '80s Valley outfit. I don't remember if that had a belt, but I do know the '70s outfit I just submitted had a belt. Here's the '70s groovy outfit. So we'll switch over to texture shaded. I'm going to zoom in and kind of show you how weird my belt is. My belt is a flat strip, is what it comes down to. Oh, you didn't. You're supposed to be lined up better than that. Dang it. So if I switch over to wireframe shaded, you can really see how janky it is. Wire texture shaded. So you zoom in. That is just a flat plane. And then what I do is I use a displacement map to give it thickness. And I do that so it deforces really nice. So if we switch over to iRay real quick here. Dun dun dun. And it's not great, but you can kind of see how there's some thickness to it now. So that's the way I've been doing belts. There's a little loop back in here. Let me see if I can get in there, kind of show it from the top. So I have a little loop back there. where this kind of just lines up with the buckle. The buckle is modeled in Blender, and now that I'm looking at it, hopefully the tester catches that. it's it's a little off. Don't you just hate it when that happens? It's supposed to be saved like that. I have a fake belt loop on here, and there's these little thin strips underneath that hold it all together. So I can hide the belt surface here. And then what I do is I have these dum dum dum. So these belts are actually attached to the pants. And I got these little rows of geometry that kind of hold them together. And then what I can do later on is when I want to make the undone version is I can delete parts of this and then it'll come away from the pants. What is this? Yes, the shaping and fitting it properly the jeans is what the problem is what I have problems with. Um, a tutorial. I don't actually have a tutorial. And I did the belt in Marvelous Designer too. I don't, let's bring that up. I can kind of show you how I set up. I don't know if you're using Marvelous Designer or not. You know, if you're trying to fit it to the pants, I mean, maybe steal some of the geometry from the pants. I don't. Are you use Marvelous Designer? Or are you making your clothes say in Blender or a 3D program? Hello, Marvelous Designer. All right, we're running a little over. That's okay. But this is the way. Where's my Marvelous Designer when you need it? You know what? I'm going to turn that off. That's just chewing up resources like nobody's business. Are you my Marvelous Designer? You are. Let's do this. File, open, project. Projects. 70s. 70s Groovy Summer. Whip. Something like that. So you can kind of see how the belt is sewn together with these little strips. And if we take a look over here, that's not the belt. Where's my belt? There's my belt up here. Well, right now until the end of the year, you can get Marvelous Designer for $194 for the 1 year subscription. Okay, so what we are looking at here, I'm going to try this is get a little complicated. So this is the belt. You can see I have a couple of little strips in here. These are sewn onto here, and then this gets sewn onto the waistband down here. And it's all a little overly complicated. If you like to look at it, maybe I can just hook you up. Are you on Discord, by the way, Dominic? I have a Discord. Feel free to join. Say hi. If you're able to reach me out there, I can drop you a copy of the 70s outfit and you can take a look at how I did the belt there. That would be fine. We can do that. And then maybe if you pop in on Saturday, we can take a look. So, you know what? I'm going to call it a day here. Um, I think I posted the link to the Discord. We'll do that again. Feel free to join and we can, I'll message you in Discord. And then I'll be back Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you got questions, feel free to ask me then. How do you spell Discord? Discord, Discord. So there's the Discord link. I'll go ahead and hook you up with a copy of the Daz file for this. I take it you use Daz. I hope you do. Um, and you can kind of see, you can kind of dig in there, maybe export the file out to Blender and tear apart how I've got this all set up. And then if you have questions on Saturday, maybe feel free to pop in uh, and say hi then. Yeah, thanks for being here, Rod. And Art was in here. Let's say goodnight to Art. And with that, we're gonna call it a night. I'm gonna find somebody to raid over on Twitch. So if you're a subscriber, feel free to use this raid call. If you're not a subscriber, you get to use this raid call. And I'm gonna pop over. Let's see who is on Twitch tonight. Twitch, Twitch, Twitch. Where are you? Son of a Twitch. What am I doing? Where are you? Can I hear myself now? I can. Oh no. I've been saying oh no too much. Comes from watching too much of that magician girl who I can't remember her name of suddenly. Lucy Darling. I watch too much Lucy Darling. That's what it comes down to. Our friendy Rumakin is on. I think maybe we'll go over and say hi to Rumakin. Actually, I'm looking for Dr. DK, aka Bad Tooth Records. If he is on, we're going to go over and say hi to him. He does music. A good friend. Dapster Dan. Dapster Dan's a good friend too. Dapster Dan's a fine musician who I don't see that often. So we're going to go over and pop over and say hi to my good friend Dapster Dan. We go back about 6 years now on Twitch. Super cool cat. If you can stick around for the raid, that would be awesome. If not, I totally understand. So let's do this. I will be back Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for 3D modeling stuff. And then we are back 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Saturday Night Social. Art share, Discord chat. It's an old cartoon. Let's see, Dapster Dan has been on for an hour, so he'll be on for a little bit longer. And Control V, and there we go. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a good rest of a Thursday or Friday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. And hasta la vista, baby.